Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Talking with Purpose podcast with the beautiful Les.
Oh, God.
My name is Luz, and this is my handsome husband,
Thank you, babe.
the Lock, aka Pastor Les. Today's
AKA the Great One. AKA the most electrifying podcast host in podcast history. AKA. No, I think that's it. Go ahead.
So in the last few episodes, we've been talking about building relationships and the importance of building relationships and also how to tell a good relationship from a bad relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
today we are going to start a series on the 5 love languages.
So today we'll be touching on physical touch and the importance of physical touch. Would you like to start or me?
You can start.
Okay. What is physical touch? Physical touch is a way to express and receive affection through physical contact, such as hugs, kisses, cuddles, and other forms of physical affection.
My turn. Okay.
Yep.
Tag me in.
Go.
Physical touch is the most intimate of the 5 love languages. It's all about expressing affection through physical closeness and contact. People who have this as their primary love language tend to feel the most loved when their partner or friend, because we're talking about love languages in all aspects of relationships,
Come on.
is physically present and affectionate with them. Scientifically proven, 10 seconds of physical touch can boost oxytocin, which is the love hormone or bonding hormone. So just throw this out there. Be careful who you be hugging for too long.
Come on. I was about to say that. Hey.
Don't
hug for
come
1
hug
second.
my husband.
No. And don't come hug my wife. Stay away.
So the reason why, I'm going to explain why 10 seconds is too long, right? Even though if you really think of 10 seconds is an awkwardly long
It
time.
is, yeah.
Especially if that, like, it's somebody that you're not close to. Like,
Yeah,
10 seconds
no.
is a long time.
No que se vayan pa' allá, esa gente.
So oxytocin plays a crucial role in building trust, reducing stress, and fostering emotional connections between individuals. When you're in physical contact with somebody, you also release dopamine, which dopamine is the hormone that gives you the sensation of pleasure, satisfaction, and motivation. Then we have serotonin. Serotonin controls your mood. Serotonin also controls your sleep, things of that nature. The combination of all these hormones, when it comes to physical touch, it can fight stress, inflammation, it can even lower blood pressure. So not only does it have a bonding effect, it also has a calming effect on the body.
Yo, hugs heal. Come on, man. Hugs heal. But don't be hugging my wife unless you ain't trying to heal her. I'm just saying. But hugs heal. That's proven right there.
Yeah.
It releases all these dopamines and amphetamines and
I did not say amphetamine.
I don't know what you just said. But
Here you go.
I'm sorry.
Adding word.
No, but it does, and it heals though. Hugging can heal someone, right? And this is a love language, which means that some people prefer physical attention and affection over other forms of expression, which you just touched on. This type of person desires to be touched when this person is shown this affection, right? When this person is shown this affection, what does it do to them? 1, it changes their mood, right? This person can be told that things will be okay with a pat on the shoulder. Hey, babe, things are going to be fine. Things could be okay. They have to be shown it, not told it. You can't just say, hey, things are going to be all right, man.
You're going to be all right.
If this person is a person that needs the physical touch, and that's their main love language, you can't show them that love language vocally. Hey, man, you're going to be okay. This does so much. And you know why I know that? Because this is mine. Babe knows. As she said earlier, she has to hug me. That hug, at first, the first 3 seconds is like, okay.
Especially when you don't want it.
Yeah, when you don't want it.
Like when you're mad, you're like, I don't want no hug.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, come here, come here.
Yeah, so then she hugs me the first 3 seconds. But then as it extends, I start to breathe.
You start breathing deep. Yeah.
And I do it without knowing. It just does it. Then the stress of whatever it was that's bothering me starts to slowly fade away. This person functions on physical touch. Putting your hand on his or her shoulder and telling them that everything will be okay is better, and that shifts their emotions. And that, what? In turn, that'll make them listen.
Right.
It shows them that they're loved because that's their main love language.
Right.
In many cases, we show people we love them by verbally expressing it with a simple, I love you. But a person who needs a physical touch, this person needs to be hugged and kissed to get the same feeling.
Right. How many times you were going through something and people could ask you like, yo, Les, you good? And you could be like, yeah, I'm fine. The moment somebody comes to hug you, what happens?
Cry? Yeah.
A hug can release all the built up emotions that you have inside.
That's right.
When we talk about these love languages, people can have more than one. Les's number one love language is physical touch. Physical touch is not even top 5 for me. I don't. And that stems from past trauma. That stems from things that have happened to me in the past. That's why I am the way I am when it comes to physical touch. The way people grew up or your environment can alter how you perceive these love languages or what love languages are most important to you. Because I know that is not my primary love language and it irks me. Like, honestly, there's times where we've been married for so long now that he ignores me. He used to love holding hands. I have to make a conscious effort to grab his hand now if I want to hold his hand because he knows I don't like it. So he'll avoid it, but I'll grab his hand. Like the other day, you was like, you all right? I grabbed his hand. I don't remember where we was at.
We were out.
We were out, and I grabbed. I think we were at Burlington, and we're walking in the parking lot in Burlington.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "You good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just holding your hand." You know what I mean? Like I have to make a conscious effort. Like this is my husband's primary love language, so I need to show it. This is why we want to go through all of these, and so you guys can really start to pay attention and have these conversations, especially if it's your spouse. But if it's your friendship or whatever, you'll know immediately how they react to certain things that you do with them. Another impactful thing about physical touch. If I'm scared, I hold your hand because I'm scared.
Right.
Does holding your hand protect me from anything?
No.
But what does it do?
It just makes you feel safe.
A physical touch can make a person that thinks they're in danger feel safe.
Yep.
Like in a scary movie.
Yeah, like she'll like if she grabs me, then I know, okay, I'm safe now. It's like, no, you're really not safe, but you feel safe, and that's really what matters. As long as you feel safe, as long as you feel the love, then that's what matters because then you're meeting that person at their love language.
When I was studying this, it's like all these things just kept coming into my head. Like the Holy Spirit was giving me these things. And so this one is like how important physical touch is. When you have a baby, if you haven't had any babies, I'm going to tell you. When you have a baby, the first thing they do when they take the baby out of you is put it on your chest.
Yep.
It creates an immediate emotional and physical connection just by them placing the baby on your chest.
Yep.
Even though it might not be your primary love language, but it is still important. You know, like, for example, who doesn't love a hug? I mean, I'm not a physical touch person, but I like when people give me hugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially my best friend, especially if I'm going through something or whatever, like my kids, you know, like I'll grab my kids and I hug them and kiss them to death. But, it's not my primary love language.
It does, especially if the physical touch is something that the other person desires. For example, Mima, our daughter, that's also her love language. Physical touch. She needs a hug. She needs not only that.
Eli too.
And yes, and Eli. So our oldest son and our oldest daughter, they're actually like mirror image.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
copy paste. Yeah.
They're copy paste. She is exactly who he was at 9 years old.
Yep.
Exactly.
So how can the love language of physical touch be bad as a Christian?
If you know that person's love language is physical touch, right? So, for example, me and you, we're not married.
Right.
But I know you like physical touch. Like, for some reason, I'm aware that she likes physical touch. I'm not married, she's not married, but we're believers, which means there has to be this separation between each other. If I was the one that's like, and I knew that was your love language, I wouldn't even bother. I would stay away.
As a Christian, like my husband said, you have to be careful. So when you think of relationships, right? If you're dating and you're not married yet, you do you. But I'm just saying, obviously you ain't gonna be in the car rubbing your girl's leg or whatever,
Yeah.
And the reason also, like, it makes me laugh that you talk about, like, the way you talk about shaking women's hands. Because think of this, okay? If your love language is physical touch, you go hug my husband, just as an example. Now, you hug him, you're embracing him, you're smelling his cologne.
I was going to get to that, but I didn't know how to say it. Thank you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, oh, he smells good. If that is your love language, physical touch, even though you married, the enemy could use that, honey. You know what I'm saying? So it creates a sense of bonding and all of this in your brain. As a Christian, we have to be very careful with certain things because, like I said in the beginning, physical touch is the most intimate love language. So the same way a woman could come and hug you and smell you, a man could come and hug me and smell me, and it'd be the same thing.
Yep.
And honestly, in my personal opinion, it's worse for a man.
Yes.
Because us women are more emotional, right? Men typically are more physical. So
And visual.
right, physical and visual. So now you're hugging the woman, you're touching her back. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you're smelling her perfume, you're smelling the shampoo in her hair. Like, so really, I know to some people this is extra, but it's true. I respect 100% the woman that did this. She came up to me and she was like, "What cologne your husband got on?"
Oh, yeah, man.
And to me, that was like the utmost form of respect.
Shout out to her. She knows who she is.
So it was like, I like your husband's cologne, but I wasn't going to ask him. So let me ask the wife. And when we got home, I sent her a picture of it. You know what I'm saying? So
that shows that she has extreme integrity, respect, and deep, passionate love for her husband. If there's a cousin that I haven't met yet that you happen to never tell me about, my man better not even. Mira, prima, what's up, cuz? Hey, man, get out of here, bro.
You're so extra.
I'm just saying.
If your partner has a different primary love language, there are definitely some things that you can do to help meet their needs.
Okay.
So the key is to try and speak their love language, even if it's not your own. I make a conscious effort daily to make sure that need of his is met. It's like...
I was going to count to 10 seconds.
So it could be as simple as, like, we're sitting on the sofa and I just, rub his whatever, like his shoulder, his arm. Before he goes to work, he gives me a kiss, and it's not just like a bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's little things like that. Okay? Okay.
No, we're not there. We're in the United States.
Get out of here. So it's about being conscious and understanding your friend or your partner's love language. Yeah. Okay? Something as simple as holding hands, hug. It doesn't have to be anything extremely intimate.
Right.
We're talking about little simple gestures throughout the day that'll make your partner, your spouse, your friend feel like you love them. It's all about compromise, because for less, physical touch and words of affirmation, top 2. If he washes the dishes, I'll be like, babe, thank you so much for washing the dishes. I just gave him a word of affirmation and I touched him. A simple thank you. Does it take me 2 seconds to do? Literally 2 seconds. But that makes him feel good. Not for nothing, but my husband helps me so much here around the house that, like, I thank God for him, because not a lot of men do. No shots to y'all men. I'm just talking about mine. Mm-hmm. You know, he'll throw my clothes in the washer. He'll fold my clothes and put them away if he sees that I'm busy. He'll pick up the baby at daycare. Like, I don't have to ask him to do things. He just does. You know, and that wasn't overnight.
I was a mess. I was.
You were.
I was a mess. But it also showed she loved and believed in us so much that she had to make sure that I got these little things taken care of so she could feel better. Because it was important to her that I helped around.
You went from living on your own to being married with 2 kids. Literally overnight.
Yeah. Yep. So it was a very hard transition for me. But she was patient enough. She loved me enough to keep me around. And, you know, here I am. I do these things blindly now. Mm-hmm. And I do them because I love her. Mm-hmm. That's just how it is. You know what? There's people that have been in relationships and friendships for years and they still don't know each other.
The other person, yep.
They don't know the other person. Yep. Oh, that's my friend. How?
Right.
How did this person fall into your friend box and friend category? How did this woman become your wife? Is it because you had a one-night stand, it was great, and now you got to put a ring on it?
Right.
You know, there's so many things that go before even initiating a friendship or relationship. Mm-hmm. How did that person end up in that position in your life?
Physical touch is definitely important. It's about being smart, right? Who you're doing it with, how you're doing it, how long you're doing it. Don't hug my husband for 10 seconds.
Don't hug my wife for 2 seconds. I'm just saying. To
but
me,
2 though?
The rule is 2 here. No, 3. Because it could be 1, 2.
Let go.
That's fine. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Look at that extra second. No, babe, really. 10 seconds is extreme to me.
You know what else I hate that people
1, 2, 3. Well, for what? Why the 3rd second? There's no reason to go to the 3rd second.
That's pretty much what sums up physical touch. And on the next episode, we will bring another love language, and that'll be
words of affirmation.
Again, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Until the next time.